Taking out. What's good, boys? Can y'all hear me? Testing. All right, cool. Oh, fuck. Let's actually try to get done with chapter 7. It's been such a. No! No, I just spilled fucking juice on my mouse pad, bro. Fuck. Fucking hate. Okay. Let's get it. All right, boys. Let's get to it. Fuck. All right, I'm gonna do the practice programs or whatever. Um, uh, does a dictionary value with a key foo and a value 42 look like? What is the main difference between a dictionary and a list? Key foo value 42. Huh? All right. This is chapter 7. That, right? Between a dictionary and a list. It's dictionary key foo. So, like dictionary is unordered. I think that's the main difference, right? Probably some more differences, right? Uh, yes. Yeah. Ordering. Uh, what happens if you try to access spam foo? If spam is bar, you'll get a key error. If a dictionary is stored in spam, what is the difference between the expressions cat in spam? And cat and spam dot keys. That's a good question, bro. Hold on. So x4 equals, let's do cat. So cat equals I don't know, 4, right? No. Oh, bro. Cat is 4, right? So let's print dict or dot keys. Now print. So okay. So what do I think will happen? I think yeah, it would print true, right? It is cat is a key in that dictionary, right? Now, what if you just put dict 4? All right, is that what it said? Cat, yeah, cat and dict 4. Cat in true, true. All right, they both print out true. Hmm. Now, what would happen if, let's say, cat was a value, right? So this would be false, right? But I don't know if that one is. Both are false. So they both check if it's a key. Okay, there is no difference. Okay. Dictionary stored in spam. What is the difference between the expression cat and spam dot values? So if a dictionary is stored in spam, which is cat and spam dot values. So cat and spam from the first question, we know that this checks if it's keys, right? So let's say cat was a key and there was no cat values, right? That would print true, but that would print false, right? Okay, cool. If dictionary is stored in, so what is the shortcut for the following code? If color not in spam, spam dot color, spam color equals black. So you just check, make a shortcut. How could we write that code smaller? Okay. Dictionary stored in spam. What is the difference between the expressions cat and cat and spam dot keys? Wait, no, I did that one already. I'm figuring out the shortcut thing. So you're just trying to create every, so you're just making a dictionary entry where if the color isn't in there, right, you just make it black. So let's say if it's like, wait, no, what? Color spam. Color. I mean more context. Like, what do you want to do with this program exactly? You just want to make color equal black. That's what you. If that's all you want to do, then um, so you're only making it black if it's not in spam. Oh, you could do the default thing, right? Um, like dot set default or whatever. Oh my God. Yeah, there's really an example right there. So that's the color, right? Yeah, but if it's not already in there, right? For example, like yeah. Okay, cool. So you just do spam. You would do spam. Fuck. Spam dot defaults and then color and then black, right? I think so. Spam dot default color black. Oh, yeah, just make the string. All right, cool. Oh. I don't think you're actually low IQ. I don't think you're low. What module and function can be used to pretty print dictionary values? Uh, fuck. I think it was in this program, right? Where it says copy. Hold on. Yeah, never mind. Trying to access the key that doesn't exist. you want an actual list. Wait, hold on. When you use keys, you can also use it in if you want to get an actual list from these methods, pass it like a list like return value. List and returns an actual list value. So dude, get these methods down, bro. Yeah, look, you have no clue, bro. What? Key print. What? PP print. PP print. Wait, what? That's the most stupidest way to call PP prints. It wasn't even mentioned, bro. Like, what? Pretty print dot pretty print. This is a joke, right? Whatever, bro. I'm not even gonna look at that, bro. All right, let's do practice programs. Chess dictionary validator. In this chapter, we use a dictionary value, blah blah, to represent a chessboard. Write a function is valid chessboard that takes a dictionary argument and returns true or false depending on whether the board is valid. A valid board will have exactly one black king, exactly one white king. Each player can have at most 16 pieces, of which only can be pawns, and all pieces must be on a valid square from 1A to 8H. That is, a piece can be on 9Z. The piece name should begin with either A, W, or B, blah, blah, blah. Okay. This is gonna be fun. All right, what are we doing? Yeah, this is something else, bro. All right, dictionary validator. All right, so def is valid chessboard. So this is obviously return a boolean, right? So um so it gets a dictionary value. So it takes a dictionary value. There's a lot of things that I need to check, right? So I know that it'll return boolean, right? And there's a bunch of shit that I need to check, right? So it has each player can have at most 16 pieces. With these, right? You make a dictionary where like it has all the valid like things in it, and then you just check it with that dictionary, right? So, what if I make a dictionary, right? How about like I have like a dictionary that has all the valid like things or whatever. Like I don't even know. I think I could use that dictionary just to check that like all the valid pieces. So one black king, one white king. Eight can be pawns, and all pieces must be on a valid square from 1A to 8H. Hold on, let's look at a chessboard real quick, bro. So like H1, right, is a black king. Huh? That's a rook, buddy. That's a fucking rook, bro. That what? Is it the starting position? Like I'm so confused. What is it asking us to do? Oh. I thought it was just like whether this is like a valid starting, but I guess it doesn't matter. So as long as so it can have at most 16 pieces, only 8 can be pawns. So pretty much just gonna check for like less than or equal to 8 pawns, right? And then check for less than or equal to 16 pieces, right? So, fuck. Okay. WE represent white followed by pieces, bishop, etc. The function should detect when a bug has resulted in an improper dashboard. Or improper chessboard. Holy shit, I'm tired. This is an exhaustive. The function should detect when a bug has resulted in improper. All right, so all right, so okay, let's do this, right? Call a variable or a dictionary called valid board, right? Let's call it like okay, boom. All right. So valid board. Why are variables in this fucking thing? Are variables always fucking gray? That's so dumb, bro. Because then it just looks like a comment. Whatever, bud. I wish it was like more contrast, bro. Like, low-key, let's change the theme, bro. You might have as hot dog shit, bro. Like something that's not a fucking eyesore, bro. Dude, how do I change it? Do I have to download something? Like, there's no way I could, like, change my fucking theme. Uh, view and palette appearance. Brother. You think it'd be an appearance, right? Editor, move, panel. Might be there, I'm just not seeing it, but oh hell no, bro. No, no, no. All right. No, 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 no. There we go. It might take a bit of getting used to, but this is much better, bro. Like, holy fuck, dude. Whole theme was a low key an eyesore. All right, so is valid chessboard. So what does a valid chessboard look like? Um, fuck. Like, I don't think I do a dictionary, right? I think I do a list. I think I do valid positions and then valid key pieces, right? Holy fuck. And I make them a list, right? Because I only need one piece of information, right? So all chess positions, each one. All chess positions. Please give me all chess positions. H1, H2, etc. This isn't cheating, by the way. This isn't cheating, bro. This is like, yeah, we're gonna have to. Oh no, we're doing one of those, bro. Let's do. Does he want it capitalized? This isn't really cheating. It's just, yeah. So white king. So we got all the valid positions, all the valid pieces. Fuck. Oh my gosh, I can't move this. Fuck. Well, I can, but it's so weird. Uh, I generally despise GitHub, bro. Really, all right. Um, so okay. I could do there's an example where he like did nested ones, right? For K in guest dot items. So, yes. Okay, all right. So we could do this, right? We could do the key and the value, right? In dictionary dot items, right? And then we're gonna check if the key is in valid positions, and then if it's not, we could just return false. Boom. All right, for KV in dictionary. Why is this here? What did I do? Python. Fuck. Gosh. Dictionary dot items. If a a in valid positions, return false. If k if v dot if v in valid pieces, return false. So this is just checking. Or pawns again? So how do I check if there's 8 pawns, right? So 8 pawns each, right? Each player, okay. No, you fucking retard. Wait, no, no, I'm good, I'm good. Just keep going with this for loop, right? Two pieces, right? Half of which are pawns. I think you should check for 16 pieces before you check for pawns, right? I feel like that's like more important on the hierarchy. Did I not copy that? Names? Like, smart. Listed dictionary. This is gonna be annoying. So if it's a valid piece, right? So you already know it's a valid position, valid piece, right? You haven't returned false yet. Um, so I'll just do like a else elif right? You should start doing it like this. Pretty sure there's probably like right, as I figure out a clever way to. Fuck. I feel like all of these are unnecessary, but do it for white queen and fuck. I think I have to create an individual thing for pawns, right? Because how I was thinking about it was that like, well, I know that there has to be 16 pawns in total, right? So I don't need to keep track of whether it's black or white as long as there's 16 pawns, right? But then I realized, well, there could be a case where like white has all 16 pawns. Yeah, like white has like 32 pawns or whatever. No, but that can't be the case, right? But yeah, white can have 16 pawns. Fuck. Oh, like that's so fucking annoying, bro. Like, so black pawn, uh, black king CT, queen CT, CT, like CT. Yeah, there's definitely a way easier way to figure this out, but I clearly haven't figured it out. All right. White pawn CT, right? It's just white pawn CT. White, black pawn CT. As long as each individually. pawn, B pawn, so B king, W king. CT plus equals 1. So white pawn, black king, white king. Like you see, I'm copying and pasting code, which probably means that like I'm doing it wrong. Well, I'm not doing it necessarily wrong, but I'm doing it inefficiently. Like the code is just shit. So like I don't know. Like this could work, right? Maybe, I don't know, but it's not elegant, you know what I mean? So pawn, black king, white king, black queen. So if white pawn, so if white pawn CT, wait, what? There's a white pawn CT? Wait, what? I don't even know. So if white, alright, so if white, alright, I don't care. Alright, so what am I trying to do? I'm trying to see right after the for loop done. So first check if, so black pawn, fuck. So if the number of black pawns is greater than 8, right? Return false, right? We're gonna start returning falses. So if white pawn CT is greater than 8, I think programming to return false. If black pawn CT, so black pawn, white pawn, so white pawn, black king, white king. C is greater than 8. So what is it? 1? Yeah. Return false if white king CT Greater than 1. True, false. If white, if black, queen, CT. Can't wait. Yo, what am I doing, bro? I think I've lost my mind. Right? So after this point, right? We've checked we've checked if they're all valid positions. We've checked if they're all valid pieces. We've checked that there's at least we've checked that there's no more than 8 black pawns, no more than 8 white pawns, right? So that means that there has to be no more than 16 in total, right? No more than one black king, no more than one white king, no more than one black queen. Well, what else do we have to check, bro? So let's show the law to so one black king, one white king, good. Each player can have at most 16 pieces. Did I check that? Okay. Okay. If piece count is greater than 16, turn false. Right, so blah blah blah. Which, okay. And then if all of those work, then return true. Right? We've already went through everything, so then if none of the falses hit, then that means it's a valid board. Oh, I don't even know if this works. I don't know. Um, I'm gonna need to generate non-valid boards. So I'm gonna use Claude because I just need someone like someone else, some another pair of eyes on my code, right? Because I could sit here and just convince myself that this shit is good, but I don't have another human with me, so I'll just use a chat bot. I could sit here and like gaslight myself into thinking that yeah, this is fine, but I feel like Claude will say otherwise. This is my code for a practice mini project in ATBS. As you see, I need some cases. For the sake of time, I will not generate these myself. It is 20 a.m. I've been this chapter 4 days. Give me some test cases to test the robustness of my please. Here is the instructions BTW. Holy fuck, wait, no. Pasting. There's syntax errors, whatever. FPCT. CT. Fuck. BCT counts for fuck my life. White PCT, black PCT. feel like coding has to be the worst fucking thing. So if Black Queen CT is greater than 1, so it's not 1. Did he not say something about queens? Oh shit. I don't have to count queens? Like, oh no, Black King. Okay, cool. Done with that shit, bro. Oh, fuck. Yo, that problem wasn't even hard. It was just like a bunch of if statements, if this, if that, blah, blah. Bunch of checking, which isn't hard, but just annoying. So you structure to model players inventories. Each player is one function display inventory, now take cost inventory display. Okay. So for we to do all the keys. So, what does it take? Inventory. So pretty much a dictionary. It's about to be 2 a.m., bro. Yo, we are finishing this chapter, bro. All right, so this isn't hard, bro. So spell inventory correct. So for what do we want to do, right? We want to keep track of everything. So for KV, right? You're gonna get the item. So wait, how's it gonna look, right? So that's not hard, right? You're just gonna get the item, right? Why do you need item total? Oh, total number of items. Okay. Okay. That's not hard at all, bro. This is so easy. Okay, so print. So is it print inventory? Right, and you're gonna so the key is like the item, and then the value is like the amount of that item. So for KV, you're just gonna print so we need to also so you're gonna print the value of the item and then the item itself. So but you also have to keep a total. So let's do a total 0. So we just print uh no inventory items. You just print it? You just print out an inventory? I don't know. Print. Okay, which str k plus str. Let's do an F string, bro. F strings are so fire. So you're gonna print the no, you no. So you want to print the number first, right? That's just how they want it. So you're actually gonna do the value, right? So strv. So the value, the key, right? I think that works, right? Total plus equals total number of items, value, v, right? And then just print total, just do an F string, total. Yo, I got that first fucking try, by the way. Yo, I'm fucking insane, dude. What? Yo, give me my 100K salary right now. You don't make mistakes here, bro. Wait, what? Wait, I'm lost. Takes any possible display. I'm confused. Why is it in a different order? Does it matter? I don't think it does, right? It never said it had to be in a specific order, right? So, yep, I'm going through that. Imagine the same fantasy video game represents a vanquished dragon's loot as a strings, like blah blah. Write a function named add to inventory. This inventory parameter is a dictionary representing player's inventory as in the previous project. And then the added items parameter is a list like dragon's loot. So the add to inventory function should return a dictionary that represents the player's updated inventory. Noted that the add items list can contain multiple of the same item. Something like def at your code goes here, inventory, gold, coin, drag and loop, inventory, alright, inventory. Okay, okay, alright, so takes inventory, right, an inventory, and then so how's it gonna do it? Do a dot get, right? Dude, so what if we go through the inventory, right? So let's say they want to add like Bro, oh, this is annoying. How am I gonna do this, right? So if it's already in the inventory, right, you just change the value, right? You just, I don't know, uh, right, because you're getting a dictionary, right? So in the key and then you just plus equals the value. That's a list, right? So, oh shit, it's a fucking list, right? So you're gonna have to loop through the list, right? And then you're gonna go into the inventory, so in whatever index you're on, right? And then if you do a dot get, what's dot get do again? Dude, why is my computer frozen? So dot get gets you the value for a key, right? Let's do update. If I use update, it pretty much makes this way too. But anyways, so dot get, right? So you could just do stuff dot get. So you could just do int dot get. So inventory dot get, and then it's gonna get you the value, right? What does it return? It returns a number. So you're gonna dot get the item, right? Okay, what if you do this, right? You go through the list and you're gonna check if um if the current index is in the list, right? And you're gonna index it, right? So like the dictionary and then the index, the whatever the indic the dictionary, the element, and then you're gonna plus equals um 1, right? Since you should be 1 time. Okay, cool. So and then if it's new, right, you're just gonna do dictionary element, and just set it equal to 1, right? I think that works, right? Or I in added items, right? If I in inv uh inv I plus equals 1, right? So you're getting the key, right? Just adding one to the value, right? You're appending the value. Else, meaning we're just gonna do inv I and just set it equal to 1. And then what is this spec? Does it return anything? Doesn't need to return anything, right? Return inv, yeah. First try, by the way. I don't know if my order was matters, so I'm just OCD about it. All right, boys, just want to make sure everything is all right. And then I will be out of here. 4 gold, 1 rope. F strings called STR and everything. I didn't know that, so I didn't have to do that. Okay. Cool. Well, I am done. Low-key put this in another desktop. Auto important docs. CS. Later. File. Save as. Let me just stop. My camera looks so bad, bro. All right. All right, boys. W fucking stream, bro. W stream.